up, everybody? Happy Friday. We are coming to you live. This is not a live video, but I thought that sounded cool. In the 2019 Ram 1500. I'm running a few errands today, but I've been meaning to talk about this for a while and I keep forgetting to make a video on it, but I have to let you guys know that the number one thing that I absolutely hate about this truck, I even thought about selling or trading it in at one point because this drives me so nuts. Let's get into today's video. So just a few things I want to go over first. Shout out to everyone that participated in the live chat the other night. Those posters will be shipping out most likely on Monday. I already talked about that, but just want to remind you, if you guys haven't seen, those will be shipping out on Monday. Also, today is the release for the Contagion Athletics new spring release 2019. If you guys want to order anything, if you see this, everything is going live at 5 o'clock. So you'll probably see this video like around the time that the website goes live. Anyways, you can use the code DAVE20, D-A-V-20, because I can't spell Dave, obviously. We took out the E, we thought it was cooler. So it's really like DAV20. So you can use DAV20 on any of the new products, any of the old products, and always get 20% off ContagionAthletics.com. Something that we've been working on for a while. And please remember that the Contagion Athletics does not go hand in hand with our YouTube. We actually had that before. I've said this in a video, but some people don't listen to me. I wouldn't listen to me either. Anyways, we are in Amarillo, Texas. It's a Friday. It's actually like 60 degrees. I'm about to take this hoodie off because it's actually really nice out today. But I want to see, I've got to run a couple errands, but I want to see if I can make the truck do it. Of course, this happens all the time. Anytime you find out something wrong with your vehicle and then you want to film it or you want to take it to the dealer and show them, it doesn't do it. And that is the problem with what I'm about to talk about, what's wrong with this Ram. And I've looked on the forums and I've talked with a few people about it actually, and actually a forum that I was on, an FCA rep jumped on there and did note some things that we were talking about on there. But we're about to get into that in just a second. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play a clip from my cell phone where I actually recorded it about a month or two ago when we were on our way to Colorado. And that's when I noticed it before that clip, but that was the first time I was able to get it on camera because we were just cruising along on the highway. So I'm gonna show you that clip now. I screwed up. I forgot to ask the one most important question of the day. Who's banging today? So what that freaking obnoxious noise is where the mirror cap, because the little caps on the mirrors are actually a separate piece that you can pop on and off. There's wind getting trapped in between there and where it connects on the inside. And how I know this is, one, I spoke with other people that have the same problem, and two, when you fold the mirrors in, it stops that noise. So what I'm gonna do is see if we can get up to speed enough on the highway, because it only does it at certain mile an hours. You have to be going fast enough, and actually the wind has to be going at a certain direction. I don't know which direction yet. I haven't figured that much out. I haven't done enough testing yet. Someone's calling me, I don't know who that is. But yeah, because I've gone the same speed and I haven't heard that noise all the time. So I know that the wind has to be going a certain direction. The wind has to be at a certain velocity, I'm assuming. But you definitely have to be going about 70 plus on the highway to even mimic this noise. And what's funny is I thought, well, maybe I'll change out the caps because maybe the chrome caps didn't fit correctly. If you don't know, I had the chrome mirror caps, they just came with the truck. And so I wrapped them in a black vinyl. And then once I found out that noise, I decided, well, I'll order a black set, and maybe it's just the chrome ones were cut a little too short or not adjusted. I don't know. Just thinking I would trade them out. So I put some black ones on, and it still made that noise. So it's definitely a defect, and I'm hoping they do a recall on it, but who knows with things that minute. They may not do it. They may do it. So like right now we're going about 65 miles an hour. and it's not making any noise. It's super quiet. Truck ride's really awesome. It's comfortable, but we need to get out where we can go about 70 plus. So we kind of got to get going through town, and we'll put some miles on the truck today just to see if we can mimic that noise. But it is a very loud, piercing wind noise. It's not your typical, because there has been some wind noise that you hear, you know, when it's really, really windy out. Because you got to remember, we're in West Texas where it gets crazy windy. And so you get some wind noise. And what my initial thinking was that it was this pillar up here, that maybe a weather stripping or something was loose. However, that was not the case, because then I started doing some researching. I remember Kennedy and I were trying to figure out where the wind was coming from. So I ended up doing some researching, and when someone said the mirrors, I was like, there's no way the sound is coming from the mirrors. Like, that loud, harsh, wind-piercing noise was coming from the mirrors. And sure enough, I folded the mirrors in, going about 75, 80 on the highway, and the noise went away. So let's see if we can mimic that noise today. And if not, that's what I'm talking about. That's what sucks, is when you take it to the dealer and you try and mimic the noise, they think you're crazy. This happens with everything. And this really sucks because I just made a video, and I've made lots of videos on how awesome this truck is and how much I like it, but that is one thing that would make me honestly want to get rid of it or sell it. I do know people have the tow mirrors, and I haven't had anyone, or haven't heard of anyone, that has the tow mirrors and had this happen. So I'm guessing the way that the tow mirrors are designed, they don't have that flaw where that the wind can, I don't know, get trapped, or the wind comes through where it makes that noise. So unless someone on here watching this has tow mirrors, please comment below, but I've not read on any of the forums or Google or found on YouTube anyone that's had that noise with tow mirrors. So I think it's just the standard mirrors, and it's very annoying. And what's really annoying about this noise is it does not just pop up once. It's like every, I don't know, you hear it like every 20, 30 seconds. Once you're in a spot where it's windy enough and you're going fast enough, it keeps making that noise and making that noise. So let's see if we can make it. So just for reference, you can see we're going 60, you know, no true wind noise, kind of your typical noise that you can hear outside the truck. But for a truck, this is actually very quiet. And I do have an external mic, so it may pick up more things than you might hear, and it may not pick up certain noises because there's a directional mic. So just throwing that out there so you know, but it is very quiet. So down here, once we get out of here, we can start going upwards of 70. But man, the cops have been out like crazy lately, and that's the last thing I want to do is get pulled over for trying to make a YouTube video, because they're not going to believe me either. I'm like, well, why were you speeding? Well, sir, I was trying to make the noise to put it on YouTube so everyone can understand what's driving me so nuts about this truck. Okay, speed limit is 75. I swear. It's pretty windy out too. I swear if it doesn't do it. Oh man. So luckily the highway changes directions a few times, kind of curves a little bit, so hopefully that will help us. Noise. So we'll see if we can get it. It's 75, so I feel comfortable going 80 and not getting pulled over. Maybe. It's not gonna do it. So been going this way for a little bit. We'll try and turn around and head the other way, see if we can make it do the noise again. Yeah, this is my frustration. Because I guarantee if I drove a little bit farther it would do it. But I'm gonna find the next exit, see if we can turn around and maybe going the other direction, like I said, because it's got to be a certain direction, certain wind speed, and then it does it. Now I feel crazy, like it doesn't even do it. Okay, let's try and turn around. And now we're heading the opposite direction, going almost 80, pretty much 80, and it doesn't want to do it. Oh, this is my frustrations. Why does this always happen to me? This is going to be the biggest fail video I've ever made in my life, for sure. Okay, I tried, I failed. This was an absolute failure of mine, but I'm telling you, I'll play the clip again. It makes that noise. comment down below if you have the same truck and you've had it make this noise before, because it really usually does it 75 to 80 miles an hour. And it's pretty windy today, but I guess the wind's not going in the right direction, because I'm telling you, it's very odd how this works. But it definitely does it. I'm not going crazy. I mean, I might have drank a few too many bangs this week, but I'm telling you, I'm not going crazy. If it happens again, I'll just put it in another video. But that one thing drives me absolutely nuts about the truck. When we were going to Colorado, it was doing it absolutely all the time, and it was getting really annoying. And you can't just turn up the radio. It's a very loud, piercing noise that is way louder than you can turn up the radio. I mean, we had the volume at like 25 to 27, which is pretty loud in this truck for the 9 Alpine speakers, and you could still hear the noise very well over that. So if you guys have this same noise, comment down below. Now, all the Ford and GMC and Chevy guys are gonna comment, oh, that's why I don't buy a Ram, blah, 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 blah. But every truck has their thing. Also, like I've said before, this is the first generation of the brand new 1500 for Ram. So, of course, it's gonna have a couple quirks here and there that they're trying to figure out. Along those lines, there is no recalls for it yet. There's a couple like weird safety recalls that are no big deal. But there's nothing on the mirrors yet. So hopefully they either do a recall on them, or I don't know, or I'm changing the mirrors on it, I guess. It wouldn't make me sell the truck. It was just so frustrating, like going on a long, 6-hour road trip and having to deal with that noise non-stop. It was very annoying. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this fail video. I really thought it was gonna do it. It's windy today, so this was a fail. Make sure you always comment, like, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Snapchat, Bambi39. And I'll see you guys on a more promising video. Peace.